Example 2. Simplify the following fraction. Simplify means that we have to reduce or write in the simplest form the following fraction. It means that we have to make the reducible fraction into an irreducible fraction. The first example is 51 over 21. As we can see that 51 is divisible by 3 and 21 is also divisible by 3. So 51 and 21 have a common divisor which is 3. So 51 divided by 3 is equal to 17 and 21 divided by 3 is equal to 7. 17 over 7 is an irreducible fraction. 10 over 65. 10 divided by 5 and 65 can be also divided by 5. So 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2. 65 divided by 5 is equal to 13. 2 over 13 is an irreducible fraction. 500 over 200. If we divide both numerator and denominator by 100, it gives 5 over 2. It's an irreducible fraction. Operations on the fractions, addition and subtraction. To add or subtract two fractions, they should have the same denominator. So here we have a condition that if we want to add or subtract two fractions, the two fractions should have the same denominator. Okay? Then we add or subtract the numerators and we conserve the common denominator. For example, if we have 1 over 2 plus 3 over 7, here the first denominator is 2 and the second denominator is 7. To have a same denominator, we should multiply the second fraction by the denominator of the first fraction, and the first fraction we should multiply the numerator and denominator by the denominator of the second fraction. So here 1 over 2 we multiply 1 by the denominator of the second fraction, which is 7, and plus 3 over 7 we multiply 3 and 7 by the denominator of the first fraction, which is 2. Okay, it gives 1 multiplied by 7 over 2 multiplied by 7 plus 3 multiplied by 2 over 7 multiplied by 2. It gives 7 over 14 plus 6 over 4. Now after having the same denominator, we can add the numerators, which is 7 plus 6, it's equal to 13 over 14. An important note that the answer should be an irreducible fraction. So if we have an answer which is reducible, we have to reduce it to let it irreducible fraction. Okay? If we have 5 minus 2 over 3, instead of 5 we can write 5 over 1. Okay? 5 over 1 minus 2 over 3. To have a common denominator, we have to multiply 1 by 3 and 5 by 3. 5 times 3 is equal to 15. 1 multiplied by 3 is equal to 3. And the second fraction is minus 2 over 3. Okay? Is equal to 15 minus 2 over 3 is equal to 13 over 3. Here, for the second fraction, if we multiply 2 by 1, it's also 2, and 3 by 1, it's also 3. Okay? Multiplication. To multiply two fractions, we multiply the numerators and we multiply the denominators. So to multiply two fractions, it's not a condition that we should have the same denominator. Okay, like in subtracting and adding of the two fractions in the last part. Okay. So in the multiplication, we should only multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. So here 3 over 4 multiplied by 5 over 7. We should multiply 3 by 5 and 4 by 7, which gives 15 over 28. 9 multiplied by 3 over 2, it's 9 over 1 multiplied by 3 over 2, which is equal to 27 over 2. Division. To divide two fractions, we multiply the first by the inverse or reciprocal of the second. Example, 7 over 11 divided by 3 over 5. The first step is to write multiply instead of divide, and we should inverse the second fraction, which means that if 3 is in the numerator, we write it in the denominator, and 5 is in the denominator, we write it in the numerator. Okay, so it's 7 over 11 multiplied by 5 over 3. Now we multiply 7 by 5, it's 35, and 11 by 3, it's 33. Another example, 6 divided by 11 over 3. 6, it's 6 over 1. Instead of divide, we write multiply, and we inverse the second fraction. So instead of writing 11 over 3, we write 3 over 11, and we multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. It's 18 over 11. 3 over 4 divided by 5, it's 3 over 4 divided by 5 over 1. Also here, we instead of writing division, we write multiply, and we switch, or we inverse the second fraction. Instead of 5 over 1, we write 1 over 5. 3 times 1, it's equal to 3. 4 times 5, it's equal to 20.